Hey friends, RB here. 15-year Interloper Challenge, Part 1. And we pick up where we left off. Timberwolf Mountain. We have not yet gone into Ash Canyon as this file. As I mentioned in the teaser, I've stocked up. There's actually more items waiting over at the cave. We haven't gone into the cave yet. So what we're going to have to do is schlep all of these items into that cave. We're going to explore the cave, take our time, and then we're going to go to sleep. And then it should be dawn. And then that's when we will formally head in to Ash Canyon. I'm actually going to need to take some time to try to organize some of these items. I even brought a mountaineering rope, just in case we need it. I don't know that I will, but I don't want to have any issues for want of any rope. I have seen on Stalker there's tons of them, but I don't know if there will be one or enough for me here. So best to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Okay, and I have a little bit of food here.
All this gear is slowing me down.
And now we are going in for the very first time. I do have extra fuel. I will need to fish at some point. So, welcome to the cave. Technically, I guess that's still Timberwolf Mountain. It's going to get kind of difficult to move, and that's just something I'm going to have to grin and bear. Boy, it's going to get really difficult, because I'm picking up all the coal. We're going to need to boil water. We're going to need to really put in some time. I can probably eat that meat and drink water. We don't have much. And any weight benefit from doing that will not last because there's a lot of stuff to pick up here. I'm sort of interested to see what is in here for us at 15 years or 12 years. Not 15 years yet. I am not an expert at this cave. I get a little turned around. So if I do, we'll have to... I don't know. If I happen to get to the exit somehow beforehand, then I will drop items. That would be ideal. I don't think that's how this is going to go. And like anything, it's once you do it, it's easy. But it is the doing it that's hard. I actually learned Ash Canyon over about a week. I am not an expert. If I don't end up dead, I like to hope I will become fairly adept at this over a year. Oh, so many deer pelts and some bear. I can't wait to see if I end up needing more. Look at all these splits. And there's a split back at the entrance I still need to investigate. So much stuff. And then here, wow. Good grief.
I'm not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
I really don't need that. Let's just go ahead and drop it. Still good though. Made to last. Alright, well, let's backtrack. Go over here. And then move back through.
Too heavy to carry.
Yeah, expect to hear a bit of that. Good gravy. Oh my gosh. This place is nuts. Somebody like me, it's like things don't make sense to me unless it's in a straight line. Oh, I'm really hoping that I do bungle into the exit. And not yet. I'm going to want to find every last morsel, item, piece of coal, goodie that I possibly can. Well, well. Look what I did. I did a thing. Good. That is probably the best of possible worlds. Nice. Alright, I'm going to take a minute and organize, and then we'll jump right back in. Alright, not terrible. Just dropped a lot of hides. I brought a lot of stuff. Maple saplings, a simple toolkit, in case I need to repair my my hacksaw. There's a real likelihood that we will find most of this stuff, but I'd rather have it again and not need it than need it and not have it. It's going to be a little painful going all the way back through here, because then trying to find my way out again, good luck with that. Just so I know. And if I had more, I would actually drop them at different areas. I could find my way back. I wouldn't be terribly surprised if there's not a ton for me. Oh, so that isn't that bad at all. I thought it was much more complex. Okay. Huh. There are there are a number of little alcoves and what have you. I think they're over here. So there's our coal. Yeah, should be some goodies over this way. I think this is what usually tripped me up. We've been in here already, though. Where's the other alcove, then? So those are different two pieces. And look at all this coal. That is going to be glorious. There's our wolf. 10 years, probably fairly gamey. Cooking pot, lots of coal, not very much good stuff. Honestly, not really. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest this. Since I can do it by hand, we'll need the food. In the morning, if we get sunlight, that would be just really nice. Get everything. I was wondering why that was so quick. No, I know. Great. Lots of coal. Now, the way this is going to go is we're going to establish a little bit of a base right here. I need to go out and try to find more food. If weather permits and I'm able to get a fire going... Yeah, there's nothing else there. If weather permits, I would like to get water and then carry a bunch of torches up past the footrest. But that's a big if. I don't know how that's going to go. And then once we get some food and we get that one area cleared, then I'm going to sweep around where the plastic container is. And then we're going to move further back. And eventually, our near where the stone shelf cave, is that right? Where that is. And then we are going to try to get into the Angler's Den. And once we've set up an Angler's Den, then we're going to go try to get up to the Miner's Folly. So let's get some sleep. I'll drop these gut and hide. I don't really need the hide. That went a lot easier than I was expecting. And we got a pot. I'm glad. So I'm going to start taking note of all the extra things I brought that it turns out I'm not going to need. We'll keep the meat. I'll go ahead and drink a birch just to keep us from taking too much damage early on. I also have lots of birch bark, and there's going to be lots of birch bark out there. So let's get a nap. Hopefully that gets us into dawn, and if we get super lucky, there'll be a nice morning sunlight. Now, sometimes you can actually get a dawn fire before dawn, and cross your fingers. Yeah, maybe. I don't think so. Nice try, though. Alright, well, I'm gonna wait for dawn. And we'll keep trying. Okay, it's dawn, and it didn't seem like it went very well. So we're gonna have to drop the food. And we'll just have to wait.
Need water.
Right, that's gonna be our story for a while. There's absolutely no point in me just sitting here hoping. But welcome to Ash Canyon, 12-year style. We're going to actually start by going that way. We're going to comb forward. There's 3 different routes we can take here. 2 of them in the long term end up at the same place. One is just a shorter version of the other. That's the way I look at it. I claim, again, no expertise of Ash Canyon. I liked the idea of not knowing this region terribly well, but knowing it well enough. That would add a little bit of risk. It'd be a little something a little different as opposed to me knowing a region pretty well or very well, just through sheer experience. That's what it's going to be. This is, by the way, nerve-wracking as heck. I don't know if you can tell. Maybe. Taking this big file into this new crazy region. This area isn't even the dangerous part yet. The dangerous part is once we get down into the trenches or into the big forest. The burnt forest. I have a little experience with Stalker, but I haven't spent too much time in this side with wolves. In fact, I haven't encountered any wolves over here before. So I'm assuming every corner has a wolf. You may know there to not be any wolves or for them to be rare. I have no such knowledge. So I guess what I'm trying to say, I'm new. There you go. We can stop talking about it. How's this looking? I wasn't sure. Sometimes it can fool you. And my file, it's actually, or it was, maybe they fixed it, a little desynced. As in, it seems like it's, I'll get 100% chance for a fire, even though it looks like it's still foggy, because it's going to clear up in an hour. Doesn't make any sense. But it works. It does happen. Just every nook and cranny must be explored. Not every nook and cranny connects to every other nook and cranny. I had planned to start boiling water today out there at the cave. We can do that anywhere. Oh, let's not get ourselves killed because of a stick. Alright. Need them all. There's going to be some glorious water parties. I came out here light because I wasn't sure what I would find. But when we come back through, we will we'll bring items and start moving them forward. I would absolutely still like to get some water set up at the cave. I need to get back there and cook that breakfast too. This is going to be a little topsy-turvy. Because I'm leaving food behind and I have no food. Hmm. Okay. I don't want to take too much damage, especially early up. Also, this region has some of these crazy blind inclines, which just freak me the hell out. It's very calm, which also puts me ill at ease. What's up there? Most things we encounter will be ruined. If not everything. Okay, so we should be approaching the birch forest up here on the left. And that should afford me my first off-map-ish area. It'd be nice to explore that area right off the bat. Looks like it may clear up. That would be glorious. Okay, I see the birch forest off in the distance. I'm going to go ahead and put a little effort into this and get running. Will's hungry. I wonder if there's a carcass up there, if I can just go ahead and harvest it. I'd prefer to do so with a fire. So far, the loot is turning out to be quite interlopery. I'm actually shocked we got the deer, or the wolf. I do have a pot. So maybe if there's no other option here up ahead, I can sleep in the cave. I can get a nap there. Maybe hope for some water. I do have emergency tea. I would have brought water with me. I just didn't have any. So is that a deer? That is a deer. See its antlers poking out. All of this is super important. I brought like 30 crow feathers because I wasn't sure if I'd see any. Turns out that was unnecessary. Ah, good old sprain risk. Missed you. Alright, well, if the fates are smiling upon me, then I will be able to start a fire here in a minute. This is going to be me for the rest of this hour. Please let there be a fire. Is there a fire yet? Fire, please. Oh my gosh. It's becoming an obsession. Please make the fire happen. So, I can start one. I don't know how many books and matches I'll find. I did bring one book. I'm not real big on bringing too many with me. Ooh, snow shelter. What are the odds it's functional? And what is that next to it? My guess is it's ruined, like, for a long time now. Ooh. Oh my gosh. But nothing here. Get a nap, sir. Oh my... Really? Ooh, what was that? Alright, so... I'm going to go ahead and wait here for a little warmth and an opportunity to boil a fire or start a fire and maybe cook up that deer.
Die if I don't warm up soon.
Oh, yeah, and to keep him warm. And then I'll see you in a bit. Look at that. Late afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and dismantle this because we need the cloth and the sticks. And we're going to run back over here, harvest this deer. And I need to think about how I'm going to do this.
Drop something.
We need water. We need food. So we're going to do... let's go ahead and get a big pot of water boiling. I went ahead and drunk our birch bark tea. We need a much bigger we need a much bigger water stockpile than we're probably going to get right here. I have these big plans about taking a torch back to the cave. I wouldn't be surprised if we barely get going and then the wind blows us out. Look at this tree. This isn't going to give us much protection. It's also eerily quiet. I slept that afternoon, most of the afternoon, and in that snow shelter, watching, of course, what for temperature fluctuations. And I was struck by how little we have in the way of music cues. It's eerily silent. We're going to... Oh, damn it. Somehow I picked up 0 meat. We're going to go ahead and... If it gives me that as an item, we're going to go ahead and cook that just to get it out of the way. Yeah. Because it'll most assuredly burn. I just didn't mean to use the... I meant to use the hacksaw, not my knife. The knife is for crafting.
Never been so hungry in my life.
Snatch this hide. Hide is most important. And then if we get lucky enough, we'll boil more water. There is another little bit of meat here. Let's go ahead and grab that with the saw. The wind is starting to pick up. We knew it would. Now, ideally, I would have had water boiling, or I would have actually grabbed that other chunk, but the 10 minutes before that piece finished cooking, the one we ate, all of those are just little logistical errors. I don't have a whetstone, so I'm not gonna worry about that. If we can, I will try to get that too. That's a lot of scent. It's a lot more scent than I want in a new area. Okay, that's perfect. I'll use as much of this as I can. And if it lets me get the gut, then I'll get it. And then let's actually grab a couple torches now.
I'd eat snow if the hypothermia...
That way, if we lose the fire, at least we have those. Because they still convert to sticks. And if you're worried about a fire going out, you can actually just take torches and chuck them to the side. You can harvest them later. Okay, let's go ahead and get a gut. I do need to turn around and head home shortly. Check everything. There's our wind. Deer's harvested. Gotta be careful about putting this out. I don't want to accidentally have it blow out and then the wind breeze not prevent me from starting it with a match and then use a match on accident. That stuff drives me crazy. It's weird to say you're in a mental institution and you're like, what happened to you? Oh, wife left me. You accidentally started a torch with a match after it had been blown out. Oh, were you like hiking somewhere? No, I was playing a survival game. Oh, okay. Well, these things happen. So there is no bad torch, and these actually are... It's going to be a bit of a schlep. Just take all of these and hope for a good one. It's not a good one. Never a good one. Now, it's only 4 liters, and I do have a lot more coal and what have you. If I can, I'm going to run this back. I'm going to have a big old water party tonight. But this is a really long way to run. Like a really long way. I would say we just try to hustle back, but it will be dusk. Hear the noise? That's our cue. No more fires for us. And then we could get lucky. Tomorrow, maybe. We wake up and like... Oh, you know what? I'm not so sure now. Eventually we'll head that way. Somehow I had missed that metal container. I had wondered if maybe I was going a different way. But no, I just missed it. Would have been neat if there was something cool in there. On Interloper, there's never anything cool in there. I prefer to throw rather than drop and pick. Or even the radial menu, but this is what we're doing now. Can also probably drop down on the side. Gotta be careful, I do stink. Back in the day, man, oh man, back in the day when we were all running around carrying big decoys, 2 big old whatever stakes in your inventory as decoys, I would maybe think a little differently about carrying meat. Because we all did it. You always had at least 2 little pieces there all the time. And now carrying any meat is just unheard of. You kill and move, you kill and move. Carrying any meat with you from A to B is considered to be an extraordinarily risky move. But of course you have to do it at points. I'm pretty excited. We got 2 big old sticks today. Or a bunch of sticks. We got dinner. Solid chance here of getting them. No, look at that wind. Well, we got water. I definitely wanted to come out here with a bunch of water. But I could not go into the Ash Canyon cave without you all. Even as prep. And we're here. I don't want to go right to Timberwolf Mountain. Let me talk a little about that real quick. It's a year in Ash Canyon. And that's a tentative goal, knowing just a little, honestly, about Ash Canyon. If it's not really feasible to spend the whole year here, or we have some kind of emergency where I need to leave, then we'll leave. And we'll head out to Deer Clearing and hunt that bear behind the secluded shelf, or something else. The point isn't to kill the file. It just seemed like a fun idea to try to do a year here. I've never done a full year in a single region, uninterrupted. I may not do it here. But I am definitely going to try. I think it's doable. Especially knowing what I do about that refuge, the respite on the other side of the map. We will be heading over there. We'll be doing that once I get a little lower on lamp fuel too. Alright, I feel like we're close. So close.
Never felt so cold in my life.
There's our food. I will come back out and get that. I'm actually going to duck inside here and see if I can get a fire going. Now this counts, by the way. I should explain that. This counts as Ash Canyon. For my purposes. Especially for getting going. That's excellent. Once I get out of here, I won't come back. I'm going to move. Once I get water, get a forward base. But we're not there yet. So, we have a bunch of... we have a fire going. We're going to get water boiling. I know, I can feel people saying that does not count as Ash Canyon rational basis. See, it says Ash Canyon. It says leave Ash Canyon, but it says Ash Canyon. Do days accumulate in there? Are you going to spend all the time in there? No. I suspect this is the last time I'll be here for a long time. I just like the idea.
Place to escape this cold.
Okay. I like the idea of having a stockpile here before we have a stockpile the next place. And I'm going to have to move. Like, I have so much stuff. So much. But hopefully my reasoning makes sense to you all. I'm going to go ahead and boil up a bit of water. Some of it we'll have to actually schlep way out to the cave. That's how I'm going to do it for now, unless we get really lucky weather in the morning. I also was thinking about this. Like, these items are in bad shape. I usually wait for them to get... Adding these two numbers, if they equal 100, then I wait until they're in worse shape, so I get the most out of a piece of cloth. If we are just swimming in cloth by the end of this, which I do not expect to be true, then maybe I'll be a little more liberal. Because you do get less use of the clothing. All this does is ensure they're not going to rip. I'm getting 0.2 out of these socks. So it is to my benefit to repair them earlier, but at the cost of cloth. So let me boil this, I'll get a good night's sleep, and also, you know, while I'm boiling, this is another one I sit on, but I was just barely warm enough earlier in that snow shelter. That's not great. So I'll have to think about that. That's another piece of cloth down, though. So we're going to go ahead and cook food, get breakfast. There won't be any huge stockpiles of food. I may have to go fight a moose or something. Not big on the moose killing, but we do have the resources to do it. If I have to. That is a problem for future bassist and future viewer. So let's get some water boiled. Let's get a foothold into Ash Canyon. 4440 survived, aka the next day, almost noon. I went ahead and repaired the bearskin bedroll. And let me walk back something I said. We're going to sweep Pillar's footrest for cattails and such. Not a long-term solution. We are going to have to kill a moose. There's all our stuff that we're going to have to move up there to the cave before moving into Angler's Den. I had said that I was not going to come back to this cave. Well, we'll be coming back. This is a hub. We're going to be exploring all of this on either side. Even if we don't come back, I'm going to leave the possibility of coming back. Let's actually come over here and get these cattails. I just want to leave that as a possibility, not really knowing what's to happen. Maybe we want to come back for some reason. So there you have it. We are already cold, and somehow there's a cattail. Did I pick up a cattail stalk and not think about it? Maybe? Possibly? Did I just do that a little bit ago? Don't know. But we are going to go ahead and run around here. Get all the cattails, all the stuff we can. We're going to need every calorie. I have to tell you all, it's a little bit of a trip doing this challenge in this region. Because I know I said I was... Oh, let's get the distress pistol out. It's starting to look like there aren't any wolves in this area. But I don't want to be wrong. I sure don't. It sure seemed like a good idea to do this challenge almost blindly without a lot of experience. And I'm definitely going to do it. But man, oh man, the nerves starting to get to me. Usually you jump in the past. I have jumped into this, hit the ground running, and then the nerves subsided. And I'm actually more nervous now. So there's the side with the plastic container. I'm more nervous now than I was when I started. Because I'm like, you know, you should have killed a bear and put the bear right over there and then moved up. Nope. Too late for that. So that's going to take us over to Pillar's footrest, it looks like. Let's go see what's up here. Maybe there's another carcass. The long-term solution, or the short long-term solution, is going to be a moose, I think. Let's drop down there. Is there a mountain rock? No. Or climbing rock. Okay. Let's see what's up here. There's lots of interesting blind corners in this map. Whoa, let's not fall off the side. It'll be a very short 15-year challenge. Alright, so this takes us up top. From what I've learned about this map, it seems to reward exploration a good bit. I've already found lots of interesting nooks and crannies. I am an exploring kind of bassist. Pillar's Footrest is that area over that way. This is a different area. And we're going to look around until we get to any kind of bridge. That far and no farther. I did bring lots of birch bark tea, and it's not going to help with calories as much as I wish it would, but I am super happy that it's going to help with the healing. We might see a blizzard. That looks likely. Also, observe, like, there's no food. There's nothing. Definitely a different kind of region. All this is coming with me. Everything is calories. Everything is tea. You never know if we accidentally get parasites. I've somehow managed to avoid parasites so far. You never know, buddy. You just never know in this game. I was hoping we'd find like ruined tomato soup or some beans. In the last resort cannery, we had like all those old 10-year plus old sardines. Not the situation here. There's our cutoff point. We're not going anywhere past that for now. Not even a deer carcass. Lots of wolves over there. Where's over there? Hard to say. Well, let's go back to the cave, warm up, and then we're going to move into the shelf. We're going to take whatever things we reasonably can, and we're going to just dip right into a moose hunt. I will use a match for a moose. I won't for a deer carcass. It is very tempting to want to move really, really fast. Especially since we're freezing, and hungry and what have you. Can't do it. Gotta exercise the discipline. I'm scanning all these trees because there could be a wolf behind each one. It's looking more and more like that isn't the case. But there could be. And I don't want to lose my file. And then we're going to have to get this moose knocked out, cooked up. I may climb one of those ropes over there that lead to the mine and maybe leave some up there. That way, when we get the crampons, we can climb down and grab it and move it up a little bit. Spread some food around. I'm starting to wonder how much food there's going to be to spread around. I'm definitely not thinking that carrying that food into the angler's den is not the best idea. I'm thinking that's true. Let me rephrase. I think that's a crappy idea. At least until I'm confident that we've cleared like every wolf in the area and we have a torch. Let's drink a couple of these. Try to keep my calories as high as possible. Just gonna sleep the 2 hours. I'm gonna be nervous about sleeping too much in those caves. I really don't know how cold it can get on Interloper. I should note, this is my first real jaunt through here on Interloper. So this is new in many different ways. Give me a beautiful day. Game says no. Alright, 47. We'll have to come back for all that. Food first. And then I can even bring some moose meat back here. It's a year. I don't know how far food is going to spread out. Oh, you know what would be great? In addition to a big fire, bunch of moose meat, one arrow down would just be great. I miss the glory days of one arrow down. -13. I mean, we're close. If I had a torch, we'd be just cold enough to still have 2 arrows down. I don't have lantern fuel to spare. And torch isn't going to, or the lantern isn't going to help me with a wolf. So I'm going to pass. I need to make some decisions. There's a couple workbenches, 3 if I remember correctly. There's an indoor one at Angler's Den. There's an outdoor one up at Miner's Folly. And there's one at the workbench. So I'm going to need to make some decisions about where to drop the different items. Initially, I'm just going to drop them in the den, because I need the weight to be reduced. I brought a lot of different things. I brought birch saplings. Actually, I take that back. Arrow shafts. I brought some of those. Brought lots of different stuff. And so my weight is just a mess. I'll be glad when I get some food, but I'm also looking forward to having my weight back. Because I'm not a man who is accustomed to running around super encumbered. Not really my style. Technical backpack needs to be on the list, so we can get that. There's just a lot of things I want to do. Crampons and technical backpack are going to be sooner rather than later. After moose, after dropping items, an angler's den, possessive. Yeah, then the bear, then the technical backpack. After we get the bear, let's see. After we get the bear, we will head down to the mine, get the crampons, get the backpack. Then after we get both of those, we're going to go to that respite and deploy a rope near the fishing hole. Ideally taking some coal with us so we can do some fishing. Get some oil, get some fish, climb back up, and deliver the fish there. Everything's got a rope, right? So, and there's no containers in the fishing hut. It's pretty cramped. So I'm going to have to think very, very, very hard about how I want to do all of that. But that is a ways into our future. At least 3-4 days. As a reminder, I'm not allowed to starve. So that's adding to the difficulty here. I am, for the last 8 years, I have been well fed, game-wise. That is not allowed to change. If I starve, I lose. It used to be if I am starving, I am not allowed to pass time. And a lot of my challenges post 5 years involved a lot of passing time at strategic intervals to keep days going. Because how many times do you really need to walk around in circles? Which is, by the way, mostly what I did when I wasn't passing time. Running around in circles killing bear. Mostly bear. Some wolves. Now it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of movement. I don't think there is food in this region, being that I'm doing a one region sorry, slight technical issue. I don't think there's going to be a lot of room, being that this is a one region challenge, to pass time. Not in the chunks I'm used to. A lot of the time that would mean a bear worth of time passed. Let me call that out real quick. I used to get some flack because I passed a lot of time. And I guess the point I'm going to make is I have been passing time. Wow, that was a visual. We're about to get a blizzard. I have been passing time since the 5-year mark. I spent 5 years never passing any time for any reason, period, which took about 2 years. So I feel like I've paid my dues. I also feel like strategically passing time and then going around and killing things. I feel like there's some challenge to that. If you want to run around and live out every day, live out every last day, and circle around, go ahead. But I would say cooking off time itself takes some challenge. And it's not like I'm using any kind of mod or cheating or anything like that. So it is a point of preference, but that's how I do it, okay? So that's that. By the way, if I sound defensive, it's because this is still quite difficult. I enjoy it. I really do. It's addictive and fun to play this long challenge. It's very stressful. But it's not just passing time, and I think that's important to note. There is some passing of time. But managing resources does take a lot of work, and in no way does passing fair amounts of time mean that this is easy. But I do it. I won't subject you all to that. This is, the passing time portion is something we came up with when I was on Twitch, which I'm not anymore, as you know. And I originally had this idea of, well, we'll pass all the time to make up for the fact that I used to pass no time. And think about what that means. These days, not passing time means you have to sit and wait for water to boil. Because that happens in real time-ish, right? The style has changed. I should have drank tea. We got a blizzard right before I was going to go hunt a moose. So, almost drank my tea, the one tea I have. Should have drank the birch. The idea was going to be that I would... Let's drop items while we're sitting here. We would listen to music as a community while I was passing time. But then they got one look at what it meant to pass 10 days of time. And I got one look at what that meant, and I said, let me just do this off stream. So it still requires discipline, it still requires time. But it is not going to be a 90-part series. It may still be, actually, of just wandering around in loop-de-loop. So that's my spiel on that. Glad we got it out of the way. He is tired. It is probably going to get pretty cold. Oh, by the way, I said that I lose if I starve. You know what lose means? It means I have to delete the file. It's not just some minor I lose the challenge. It means this is over. So consequential, to be sure. Oh, I hate the idea of drinking these for calories. I have to be careful because he may freeze to death in here. Let's drop items. Any other items that I can drop? This is an unsatisfyingly low amount of items. Turns out I have not enough items to drop. At least that's easy to drop. I'm not going to drop 30 crow feather in here. I'm not going to drop a bunch of arrow shafts in here. So we're going to just have to go to sleep. I may have to do a moose killing by night. Not going to be a fun proposition. Oh, wow. He is really loaded down. I didn't even think about... Oh, you know what? The water. Okay. You can miss me with that. We're just gonna go ahead and sleep. Now, the name of the game with the bedroll is less uses is more. You'll see some people, they'll carry a bear skin and then a regular. And sometimes they carry the regular to pass time into. I don't really have that luxury. Certainly don't have a bedroll anymore. A regular bedroll. Just gonna have to make do until we get that moose killed. Wait, those two thoughts didn't connect at all. Sorry. I'm all in my thoughts right now. I've also got two cats like walking on keyboards. So apologies for that. We're going to pass a little time, as you see. We do have a lot of birch. We want to save some of this for actual healing. But being that I'm not doing much sleeping... Oh, we're healed. Well, even better. I will need to cook up more birch bark. Alright. So can I just make a criticism real quick? The buffs right in the center of the screen is super annoying. Can we put it on the right so it's not blocking my whole view? Now, I think he's up there. It's just not light enough. Not for me to want to go in. If I have to turn around and back up into a cave, then it's too dark. Not the weather I hoped for, but it is light. Also, we do have we have a couple of distress pistols that are shells that are about to go bad. If you're wondering why I have the shells, let me pull that out real quick. These. And the one inside the chamber is not decaying. It's at like 18. It's because you used to be able to refresh your shells by putting them in the distress pistol and then taking them out. I thought that was intended. I thought there was some function of like packing it with the distress pistol. I don't know anything about distress pistols. Turns out that was not the case. I had no reason to know that. And they either changed their mind or fixed it and it was a bug. So it doesn't turn out it wasn't the case. It's just no longer the case. I really don't know. And if you're saying, well, why did you think that? I actually just, you just never know. Okay, we have a moose on the field. In hindsight, it's easy to call something a bug. It's not as easy when you just don't know. You never know what they intended. Oh, gosh. I needed that like I needed a hole in my head. Oh, he's not placed especially well, and I'm in a hurry. I don't think I hit him.
My fingers feel numb.
I don't normally recommend running around this close to a moose. I must have. I don't recommend it. There's a couple reasons why I'm confident in doing so. None of them are especially important. Let's just stipulate that I'm comfortable.
Damn. I'm freezing.
Okay, the reason is I'm pretty sure I can prevent him from charging into me, even if I miss and he aims at me. Well, I'm starving. He's on the other side of a hill. I just got a sprain. I have pain. He's got one of my arrows, and we're wearing sunglasses. Ooh. I don't know if that's as protective as I want to believe that it is. I'd like to... Uh-oh. I'd like to try to run up to that other... That one right there. Wow, he makes a lot of noise. And wherever I kill him is where he's going to lay. Which means I don't want to have to, like, chase him all over the place. Oh, what a... Come on. Alright, is there a rock?
I could eat anything.
You're really making me work. Ah! Sorry. That was scary. I need to get up on this rope. But I'm over encumbered. Where the hell? Moose down? Nobody would call that surgical. That was very risky. You should use better terrain than I did. And do that overall better than I did. Also, don't take risks with hills like this. But it turns out I can do it. And we're going to match up. I'm going to start cooking him and quartering him. So here's what I'm going to do. I'll show you and then I'll go ahead and do it.
Come on.
Oh, I need to add some more oomph to this fire. I don't have a lot of experience. I just usually try to avoid the moose. So, for whatever reason, that worked out. My hearing served me well. So I'm going to put a couple on the stove, on the fire. That. And like this. And then while those are cooking, I'm actually going to harvest them in case we lose the fire. That's the plan. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll see y'all in a little while. Actually, sorry, we're back. Can I just take a moment to say thank you for putting the fire in frame in this screen? One of the biggest aggravations was trying to hear when the fire went out, like it's about to now. As so, that is why we quarter. That was a really nice thing to put that in frame. Lost a lot of fire that way. So I'm going to have to... Oh, it's keeping. I don't want to invest much. Like so. I need more food is the reason that I'm trying to fight the fire to cook. I'm gonna have to watch the replay of that fight because it felt like I got lucky more than that was like really well done or something. And if I would have gotten my ribs broke, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. You tell me, lucky or skill? I'm not the arbiter of such things. Alright, let's go ahead and finish off. Go. More food. I will tell you, I've gotten lucky before.
Thirsty, I can't think straight.
I used to sneak up behind bear that were sleeping outside of their cave, and sometimes even in their cave, and like shoot them, because I've never not killed a bear that way. And I'm told, I think it was Furion on Reddit who told me that bear could have got you. Oh, well, I guess there's more than a little dumb luck. Alright, so I'm gonna fight. Oh, that sucks. I was gonna fight using coal and then fight it, grab torches out of it so that I could salvage some of the lost fire, but the wind hit it right at that moment. Sometimes that's how it goes. We're not gonna be able to keep this going again.
Too much stuff to carry.
Right. I'm not gonna throw good sticks after bad. I'm gonna go ahead and grab every bit that I can. Then we're gonna work our way back. Fight anything that comes our way. Avoiding blind spots. And then when the weather permits, I will come back out. I don't know if I want to drag the quarters back. I may just try to come back and grab more. Oh boy. So I'm actually just gonna leave those guts sit for a minute. I don't need them, I just don't really want to waste them. I have to be mindful that there's a... What is up? Oh, is that our cave? I think that's our cave. A 1,000 wolves that want to eat my face. That's actually not a very long run. If I've got the visual correct. We could probably bring the quarters up here. No, this is not our cave. What is this? Why did I think so? You know why? Because of the anticipation of fighting a moose.
Can't feel my hands.
I wish there were a cave right there. That would be amazing. Okay, so we have a closed area and a deer. We're actually going to move forward a little bit. Running into the wind. We're going to advance with these gut. I know it's mean, but that deer is providing me some shelter.
Never felt so cold.
A little bit of
in my life.
protection from being jumped. At least as far as advancing is concerned. Wow, look at that big old piece of birch. What on God's... Wow. What? What? Why is it just like... is that like one birch or is that like 20? We're going to find out. That's insane. We saw that earlier. I thought it was because of how I was standing. Not really. There's our cave over there. Not as great. But good. And I'll need to drop a lot of stuff, whatever that's going to mean, in order to bring all of that meat. I don't know. I don't have to bring it all over here. I would like to bring some. This is so dangerous. All these blind corners. Oh, that's making me nervous. I'm so... He's had a bad ankle day. Yeah, I bet you don't.
That hurts.
Oh my gosh. Did I get my arrows back? Looks like it.
That hurts.
You never know. We might need more gut. I only brought 5 or 6. It's a nice big cave. Alright, so I'm going to let him sleep. Also drop this big honkin' moose hide. Let's do that. That'll help. Oof. And I don't know. What can we drop? Remember how I said I had the resources? Also, I didn't even use pots to cook that meat. What the hell's the point of dragging those big lunky things around? Oh, bassist. This could definitely be left behind. Look at that. Still at 100%. That's really handy because I didn't bring any sharpening stones. I'm hoping I'll find one. Yeah, we'll go to sleep. And I'll have to drop like this and maybe those. I'm actually going to stick around here for another day or so and see if we get the right weather to cook that up. And maybe I can move it up a rope, and a little bit of food up a rope, and prep the area a little better. Because I'm, again, not going to haul that food into Angler's Den. So it would be nice to be a little bit better situated. So let's meet back right here in another day or so. It suddenly got very quiet, and that made me more than a little nervous. So maybe tomorrow, day after next. Sound good? I'll see you then. So I said we pick it up in a couple days, but I just wanted to illustrate the point. There's an aurora right now, and I guess it's you don't see any direct sunlight at all. And I can start a fire. So it just goes to show you, maybe it's worth trying when you wouldn't think you could maybe start a fire. Maybe you can. You never know. I did, by the way, get a couple of those satchels up here. We had a little bit of a blizzard. And took some damage on my clothing because I was midway out when the blizzard hit. But I used it as cover to get just a couple bags back. And I'll have to get the remaining bags in a similar fashion. I was thinking once it warmed up, maybe dawn hit, certainly the aurora ended, then I would run out and grab the others. And that's what I'm going to do. Just for fun's sake, let's add some fuel to this fire and not look like a complete idiot when it clouds up.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Yeah, also it's very cold. So, if only there were a way for me to step further back into the cave so as to not get cold.
Made it through another night.
Did you, though? I guess you did. The aurora's kind of dissipating, so that's good. Alright, well, tomorrow it is. See you then. So rather than being the next morning, it's the next evening, 44, 43. We got all the moose cooked up. We got a nice stockpile back there. We need to head. I have not taken any food up the rope. You can see I have two piles. One's going up the rope. That's the back group. This is actually going back to that cave. We're going to run back and grab all of our items. And I figured we'd take a little food over there. That way I'm not scrounging and praying like I was before. So we're actually going to run back. And then we'll come back up here the next morning, 44, 44. I will rest, climb, sleep, and then we're heading out to Angler's Den. I'm not sure how I really want to do that. I really do want to take some food over to Angler's Den. I don't think it would be... so I'm of two mindsets. It would either be like the best move to march out there with food and pull the wolves, or the worst idea. So we may do a little of A, a little of B. Maybe we'll start moving towards the... it may actually not matter at all. I'm just thinking once I get, around those blind corners, I'm not going to want meat. Or maybe in hindsight, I will have wished that I had some meat, and I would have dragged those wolves that are howling. They're actually howling from, I think, down a rope. I'm not sure which way I'm going to wish that it would have been, or which way I would have wanted it. There is this idea that if you pull wolves with meat, if they're effectively drawn to you by scent, the moment you drop the meat, they will turn and walk away. They don't just phase back to where they were before, though. So you'd have to account for, how far they were maybe pulled out before walking that way. How would you ever know around a blind corner? But all of that moving back would take time. I can't get over the birch bark. Look at that. That is obscene.
Need to find some place to escape this.
Is that just my file? I've never seen this happen in anybody else's file. I have been out here before in some file, in a stalker file. I don't know that I've ever seen ginormous birch bark. Now, I like the huge birch bark. What's upsetting to me is that it only counts like the little ones do.
Too cold to think.
If we're gonna have big old birch bark, let me break it up into pieces of 10. There's no reason I shouldn't be grabbing sticks. I'm not gonna grab it around that blind corner though. Now, keep in mind, I am still somewhat new to this region, so I don't know that there aren't any wolves if there aren't. This is all just best practices. It hasn't all been best practices. I've caught myself running over a corner saying, oh, there are no wolves here. And I lecture quite often on erring on the side of wolf, because people on the forums will say there's never a wolf in a blizzard, and I believe that to be true. Well, I don't say never, but rarely. It doesn't apply to timberwolves. But I always tell people, get comfortable with the idea that you're not safe. Just make your peace with the fact that there's no safe area. I understand wanting to know when you can do X versus Y, but stop looking for reasons to be comfortable. Please keep in mind, I don't say that from a pious standpoint as the exception to the rule. I say that as the rule, and I make those mistakes too. So, it's not so much preaching water while drinking wine as it is me calling myself on my own BS too. When I say don't do this, it's not like I'm immune from the phenomenon, okay? Can't stress that enough. The cats are messing around in the background and noise happens. I'm just as, I'm human like everybody else. Any claim that I'm a pro or really good at this, I'm just surviving and not dead yet in this file. That's it. That's the most I've ever said. So any suggestions I make are said from a standpoint of this is what I do, or from the standpoint of I am susceptible to the same kinds of phenomenon. It can, especially in a file where you can get a little caught in your own fatalism. This is what kills files on day 300 for a lot of people who are trying to survive the day 500. Well, it's in the bag. All the you know, we have crossed the bridge. What is the phrase? We're over the hump or around the curve, something like that. You never are. You're just as susceptible to getting dead as you were on the first day.
I have to leave something behind.
Yeah, this is a lot of stuff, and it's going to be a schlep. I have used that phrase, and I stand by it. So, we are quite burdened. We're also not very tired, so I guess we could warm up and head right back. Weather permitting. Alright, if I don't have to use any... Yeah, here it is. If I don't have to use it, the lantern I won't. Sorry, Cougar, I know about your needing to see in perfect brightness all the time. I can't accommodate you right now, but one day. Wait, where's all my fuel? Where's my... Did I not fill the jerry can? Oh, that's not good. Well, I definitely can't accommodate you now. I guess I didn't fill it up. I made a mental note to do that. I did not do it. We've got lots of birch bark tea. I could leave one of those, I suppose. I'm not feeling that giving, but we can give a little. Alright, sorry. Okay, we're gonna do just a flicker. A little more than a flicker. You know, it doesn't help at all if I can't see the goodies. Sometimes I leave it outside. I actually brought these pieces for me to snack on, thinking we would sleep here. And there's nothing worse. I'm actually doing myself a favor, because there's nothing worse than relying on full pieces of meat and realizing, no, you don't have anywhere close to a full piece. This was to sleep overnight with, so we will take that with us. I'm not going to warm up in the bedroll. That's just one more use. Okay. So we're going to run back. And if I can get a nap and just climb up the rope and drop off the food, I will do that so we can leave in the morning. Weather kind of sucks. Get this distress pistol out. So here's a question that I've been asking myself. What does life look like once these shells are gone? Because this is how it's going to go. I'm going to keep rotating these out as the condition drops, but eventually, you know, to kind of prevent the... back at... let me mention this. Back in Mystery Lake, I actually have another distress pistol. I left it in the camp office, not 100% thinking about this run, but it has a low condition shell sitting in it. It is not deteriorating. Eventually, I imagine they'll change that so that the shells are deteriorating in the pistol. Will we know? I don't know. But I'm rotating them out so that some of them aren't deteriorating. And then as it reaches a lower number closer to the others, I rotate a different one in. But eventually, you know, that only works. Ooh, this is just awful. So this only in my mind cements the decision to run out here today. Because what if I get this kind of weather tomorrow? Better to do this now. Over time, I am going to have 3... Imagine in theory you have 3 distress shells at 1%. And they're all on the verge of breaking. If they were to change it so that the distress shells deteriorate in the distress pistol, and I could anticipate that now, I would try to just keep the one that's at like 40% in the chamber.
Freezing.
Preserve it now, knowing that, because it's been years since I've used one. In hindsight, I will have wished that I did that. And that's why I have one distress... I take that back. The distress pistol over at Mystery Lake actually does have one that's at like 40-something%. as kind of a hedge. I just realized, yes. The rest of these, I'm going to rotate them out, and there's going to be a point when I have all of them at 1%. Even if Hinterland never changes that, they're all just going to be at 1%. 2 will eventually go bad, and 1 will be at 1%. And then there will come a day where that last one gets used. And now I have no distress pistol. What will life look like then? Well, think about it like this. There actually was a period in time when a distress pistol would actually get you out of hot water, and if a wolf veered anywhere near you, you could just fire and the wolf would run off. Now it tends to be more of a mixed bag. Sometimes the wolf will run off if you just shoot it up in the air. Sometimes it'll charge you. So I guess you could say the point has already come when it's time to think about life after distress pistols. When that happens, there are streamers who never use distress pistols. They just always have the bow out. That's going to be me. I'm always going to have the bow out and not the distress pistol. And instead of this being something that can maybe scare a wolf off if I fire it directly at it, and sometimes if I fire it up in the air, I'm going to be aiming for effect. That's it. That's the only difference. I might, down the road, think about this as, I wish I would have just dropped the distress pistol after a point, after that change, and just kept the bow out, because life with the bow out all the time is just so much better. I don't know yet. That's going to be one of those things we'll learn down the road. But here's what I know right now. And I know I've talked on and on, but what else am I going to talk about? The weather? It sucks. It always sucks. Right now, I know that this is as good a hedge as any. And moreover, it's like 2 extra shots. There's a timeline when I'll run out of arrows. In fact, there was a period of time before episode 3 where I was down to like 2 arrows, and I would go search. I'd go beachcombing, for arrows. I did that a lot in DP. I would spend months there, and that's the reason we're a couple months into year 12, on our way to year 13, instead of right there. When we finished off, I think, in Bleak Inlet, like we started the 11 year. Because I went and spent a couple whole months in DP scrounging for cloth, because cloth is always a problem, and scrounging for birch. We have not found any birch here. I believe that will change. I'm actually really confident that'll change. But it's possible, notwithstanding the individual file RNG of where could the birch be, it's highly possible there are fewer on our file than there might be on a different file. I don't really know if that's true, believe it or not. I don't know if there are just going to be fewer birch saplings on an Interloper file than a Pilgrim. That would make sense. But I don't know. The other night I had this joke. So you all don't know that this is happening yet at this point in time when I'm recording it. And the other night I had this joke about Pilgrim mode. I don't make fun of people who play Pilgrim mode. In fact, like Elena Green, and there are other streamers out there who play Pilgrim mode. And I would tell you, when you play hard mode is really for two groups of people. It's for the insane people who tried it on a whim, tried it on a dare, tried it because it was fun. 3 groups, I'll tell you what, 3 groups. And they have found that maybe other modes just have kind of been ruined for them. Sometimes they play Stalker. Stalker has its own different kind of challenge. It is hard. Stalker is hard. Stalker is not easy mode. Interloper players like to sometimes say that. It's not true. Stalker is just its own kind of challenge. There are the truly gifted, and that is like the rare majority of people. I have never met anyone who I have seen who is truly gifted. I just have to account for the possibility that those people exist somewhere. Most people I know fall into the group of the insane. The people who this just speaks to their compulsion. This is just something they just decided they wanted to do. Okay, so what I just did was I went to the insane, then the truly gifted, then back to the insane. Instead of telling you about the third group of people who play Interloper are the folks who are kind of awkward and shy, and they figure, not unfairly, we're going to sleep in very small increments because, honestly, I don't know how cold it can get. I don't want to freeze to death. Health's fine. The third group are the folks who are awkward and shy, and they figure if they play the hard mode, we can focus more on the fact that this is hard mode and we're playing hard mode and hard mode is happening than on the fact that they really can't have a conversation with anybody. When you play hard mode does a lot of the work for you. If you're a truly gifted streamer, you can like hard mode. You can be the insane or the truly gifted. I've never met them. I don't hang out with every streamer, so the gifted, they're out there. Most of us are just insane. But you can be the awkward and the shy and play hard mode because it allows you to put all of your talent, all of your creative energy into the game where you're not great at talking to people. Sometimes people play this as a goof, but I would tell you folks, and all this build up is just to tell you, I think all the people who play other modes, Elena likes Pilgrim, she has also played Interloper because she has gone insane at times. It's just like a trip on the wild side to being insane. I love Elena. Don't get it twisted, please. I love Elena. It takes real talent to play Pilgrim mode, to play Voyager, modes that by themselves, every mode when you start is difficult. But to play those modes and just walk around and hang out and relax, it takes real talent and social skills to do that. Which one am I? Which one am I of the three? Insane. I love talking with people. I'm very comfortable doing it. I've just been talking, like, I don't even know how much time has passed, and I've been monologuing about insane people. I love chatting. Lawyers tend to be folks that are comfortable around people, or a different version of, like, insane. I mean, I would say truly gifted, insane, or the folks who figure this will make up for some other either actual or perceived deficit. You could really lump most groups into one of those three. The folks who love the work and the gifted, the folks who are insane and they took on a crazy profession that is gonna, it's just, you've got to be warped to love it if you're not gifted. Or the folks who do it because it really makes up for, in their minds, some other thing. I didn't realize that was applicable to real life, but I just did a thing. How about that? That's kind of cool. I wouldn't call myself truly gifted in anything that I do. I would just call myself crazy. In a good way. I don't mean insane is a bad thing. So, that was a lot of talking. Let's go walk around. We've got a great opportunity for a dawn fire, and we're going to do nothing with it. We need to go over here and drop items, because we're going to need to climb. Climbing's not going to happen easily. Oh boy. The great thing about walking around with a rope is that when it comes time to drop things, you're like, what should I drop? Let's drop the rope. That rope is going to get us over to the fire crossing, whatever it's called. I really, as a long dark nerd, and I am someone who, I'm objective, and I think honor matters, and integrity matters, and a line matters, so I'll disagree with things that Henderland does. Only in this game, truly, do people really take the position that you have to love or hate something? I love the game. I disagree with certain things that happen. I understand certain things that happen. So when Hinterland, for example, said, well, we're not going to get episode 4 out as fast as we thought because of COVID. I was like, COVID's serious business. You need to stay home. Take your time. Also, if Hinterland had rushed episode 4 in light of COVID or tried to release it in light of COVID,
like a new day is dawning.
We're going to head over here and climb up and drop food because I think, but I don't know, I don't have much experience with the crampons, that if we do a 2-rope climb down with the crampons instead of like the full 3, that'll give us enough energy with the crampons to climb back up over there near Miner's Folly, close-ish, well, not the mining camp-ish, and be able to climb down all with enough energy without any sleep. It's a guess, and I figure it's better to hedge like that here on this side, where what is climbing 1 rope cost me, folks? It costs me a little bit of sleep that I can pretty easily get. Only issue is I'm going to have to drop something to make the rope climb. So it's a hedge, and a lot of my playthroughs when I don't know are hedges. So I took the position, going back to what I was saying about the delay of episode 4, that if they try to push it in light of COVID under adverse circumstances, other than like we don't have enough money or time to do this forever, those are the kind of circumstances where you just got to do what you just got to do, damn it. Which is why I didn't get mad way back in 2017 when they did a timer announcement to hype the announcement that they were going to release the game. People got real mad. Actually, some folks took it way across the line. So something like COVID where you can wait and then release it under better circumstances, I took the position, totally understandable. You would regret rushing it. Take your time. I'd like to pride myself on being objective. But in this game, in this community, for whatever reason, you're supposed to either love something and then defend it to the death, which is absurd, or hate everything and nothing they do is right and everything sucks, which is also absurd. I'm a whole ass human being. I love the stuff I love, and I do love this game. But when they do things that are kind of foul, like the shaking and not saying anything about it because they didn't think it was a big deal, which is their words, they didn't think it was a serious issue, that's foul. When it comes to things like delaying the game because the new release because you want to see it done right and you need to like put off because of a global pandemic, bam. You drive me crazy about shaking and not thinking that's a big deal when it is. But it's a global pandemic. Do what you got to do. I can wait 5 months, 6 months, a year. Everybody has their row, and if the biggest inconvenience I experience is waiting a little extra time, I think most of us feel that way. So all that is to say, I'm not I don't think we can get all the way up there. What I'm doing, I'm talking and then interrupting myself to talk. I'm going to see how far I can push it while trying to reserve just enough energy to get back down. If I can't get all the way down, I may have to goat down. But I figure better to push it on this side than to push it and need the food and not be able to get it. So, folks, I'm objective. I like monologues. Show me an attorney who doesn't like the monologue. Better here than in a stream. I truly do love this game, and I try to be objective about those kinds of things. And I would say I am absolutely going a little bit further back. Insane. I am not truly talented. People have said that like I'm a pro. I'm not. I'm just a guy who really put in the time to learn how to do different things. And stuck with it. That's it. And most people are in that category. Some people, I'm not going to like call anybody out, Some people actually take it further than I do, and they'll like spend hours and hours and hours offline doing these drills to make everything seem super polished and to look cool. And then people call those folks pros. I'm not going to bust them out. I'm not busting their chops. Not about that. I don't do that either. I'm like, I want to play. I care more also about efficiency and getting the job done. Sometimes, in fact, like with the no fire challenge, I was like, how do I cut this right down to the wire in a way that's maybe interesting, but moreover gets the job done using the least amount of resources? That's just how I work. It is interesting to tell you all, being the long player that I am, there will be a time when I want to harvest that. Now is not the time, because what am I going to do with it? Drag it around? I can get it later. I have 3 of those in my stash and 2 bows. One almost 40%, probably 38, 37 now. The other, totally untouched. I care more about getting the job done than I do about wowing you with my skills. Because I think about everything from that standpoint of surviving for 50 years using as little as I have to. This file has really shaped the way that I think about the game and how I try to push things as much as I can with little. I don't know if we're going to have enough energy to get down that last rope. It's going to be really close. Nope, it's not going to be really close. It's just not going to happen. And if I would have got onto that little shelf there on the side, I wouldn't have had enough energy to get back off of it. No, we're right on the cusp. Damn. I need to get on that rope before his energy... There it is. Well, never mind. And I drop down. We're going to have to find a way, damn it. I accidentally did a thing. And that looks like that should be pretty doable. You wouldn't think so, but I think so. You may get some sprains. I don't care about sprains so much as I care about falling damage. Oh, this looks like it cuts off. Sorry, I need to stretch. Looks like it cuts off a little. Yeah, that's a quirky little move. That's a sprain. Okay. I was going to be super mad if it turned out I didn't drop that food. Okay. I can heal from those. Can't heal from dead. Oof. So you may have noticed, I haven't actually checked the time. Yeah. We are probably going to veer past the 90-minute mark for this one. I don't know what the time is. We could either be like way, way, way past it or like nowhere close. I laughed at myself in the coughing. I'm sorry about that. We may either be either well past it or nowhere close. No idea. But future episodes will be packaged in the 60, 90 minutes. My finale for the 12-year was 6 hours long, folks. And that was just because, wow, I had made the decision that that was going to be the last one and I needed to be done. Or I had maybe told somebody that was going to be it. I can't remember. I know Cougar loved that, and I'm gratified that he did. That matters a lot. Cougar 2K, one of my most present folks here on YouTube. It matters that Cougar or Tabitha or Galaxy Wolf, Homer, Skeptical Zach, it matters that these folks approve of that kind of stuff. It was really long, though. We can do, instead of 6 hours each time, which is crazy long, we can do multiple shorter videos multiple times a week. And what do you say? Put them in a playlist so you can watch them. Seems good. I've already done it. This is going to go right in the 12 year, now the 15 year. No sweat. And twice a week, yes. We're going to be focused on this. I hadn't even brought that up. If you're still watching, your reward. Oh, Lord, I left my stuff over at the rope, didn't I? Brilliant. And somehow did not drop my bedroll. That's a rookie mistake. That's okay. We'll warm up, and we'll go back out and get it. Risky business sleeping without those clothes while freezing. Smart move would have been a past time. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Yeah, well, going forward, I'm going to be repairing this a lot. So, speaking of going forward, I'm going to have to keep that bear up top. Monkey, Chooch, formerly Chooch, Monkey gave me some input during my stalker training that maybe that bear had a tendency to respawn short of the 50 days. We're going to definitely err on the side of that. But moreover, we're going to test that. Because if it's the usual 50 days, I have a few spare bear pelts to get us going. But after that point, we're going to need, on average, 2 every 50 days. More like 1 every 20, 30 days, 40 days. And then the other every, 50. Bear coats don't require a lot of repair if you don't tear your clothing and what have you. The bedroll, every 3 minutes. So we're going to do... I'm finally getting into this now. I'm getting back into the rhythm of monologuing while playing this game. I will, this particular file, I will release 2 of these a week until we're done. And then during weekends, I'll probably stream either a little long dark if there's an event. If there is, it's lighter when worn. If there's an event, if episode 4 comes out, and if it doesn't, we'll probably play something else because I'll need a little mental health break. This file, I love it. Oh my goodness, folks, I do. I can't emphasize it enough. I know I've told you already. It also messes with your head. So we're going to rest. We'll take the night, probably. And then we're going to head to Angler's Den.
I felt so cold in my life.
We've done a lot. I think that's a fine place to leave. That does raise the question, though. Like I mentioned earlier, the easy thing about... We don't have to take meat right away, but should we? I'm going to be risk-averse and say no. Well, we need to carry in a lot of different items. We'll need to make a couple trips. So we can scout. And then maybe we can risk a couple pieces. I wouldn't be opposed to risking a few. After I know. Oh, I'm so wicked out by the idea of sleeping a full period here without a fire, without cold fusion, without the second bear coat. I think I'm doing just fine without that bear coat. But you can get some really cold nights in a blizzard. I have absolutely woke up once or twice during my time and found that either I was on the verge of freezing or I was freezing. And it was just a stroke of luck. I seem to get a fair bit of good luck that I did not freeze. So we'll sleep 5. I'm not worried about this time. I'm worried about late night. Late night is when it gets you. I would be fine with passing time late night. Just to know. Plus 3 hours freezing probably won't kill me. Okay. We're going to settle in. Actually, I tell you what, I'll see you in the morning. Well, good day to you. We actually did get one of those super cold blizzards. -7, -8. Never quite hit the button. We weren't in any danger, but it can get up there. It can get Leak Inlet, maybe the summit of Timberwolf Mountain. Those areas can get real cold. -30. That's just lovely. So we will have to come back and get the rope and some other things. There's a lot of items I haven't been able to drop, like the arrowheads. I have not decided which workbench I'm going to want to move these into. I would probably prefer to put them, if I'm going to put them into an indoor bench, probably the mining camp. Mining camp seems good. But we will have to see. Alright, let's go up top first. We'll go down low on the way back. Or, heck, on the second trip.
Can't feel my feet.
Oh, my friend, I am so not worried about your feet right now. I'm going to go ahead and tell you all, I don't like this path. Let's do the other one. There's some sticks, but I'm not picking them up either.
It's so cold. Just want to lay
Wow,
down
this place is so narrow, and if you want to climb up to get a look, you risk a sprain. Wow, this is so dangerous. Oh my gosh. I'm going back? Man, whoever made this is just flat out evil. I mean, it's interesting, but evil? There he is. There's our first one. There's another one. Third one. Oh, come on with it then. Let's see if we can pull the others out too. There's 3. Can I cook? Damn, we would have been got if we had carried meat. But I need to carry meat to get... Oh, this... There's a glare right up ahead, and it's messing me up. There he is. Well, there's the other one. The second one. Trying to tease him a little, but I don't want to step over that mound. And that, I mean, I'm acting like he's right up there. He could be over here now. He could be back around. I also have no depth to see how, like, oh, he's back up there. We're just gonna move out. We will deal with him later. And then there is the matter of his friend, which I can't see. I'm thinking after this, I will try to, I'm going to make a real, I want the sticks. I can't get them. I can't see well enough to, I'm not risking it by getting behind those trees. Like even this, look at this. This cattail, you want it, but it's like, what's back there? I'm not getting that third. I'm going to try to cook those wolves. And then we're going to leave. And I'm going to move all this stuff into that cave after we clear that area out. That should be a real treat. And then I'm probably going to try to avoid coming down here again, if at all possible. It's not going to happen. Well, you never know. If I can avoid coming down here, I could still possibly go over to Bitter Marsh. Alright, let's go inside. I don't know why I did this. Oh, it's going to be so nice to go indoors. Welcome to the interior of the cabin with the unique name Arrowheads. That's kind of cool. It's got a potbelly stove. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought it had no fire in here. I always am so happy when there's canned goods.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
10-year-old dog or 12-year-old dog food. Let's or older. Let's chow down. Give me something good. Whole lot of nothing. Matches. Junk spray paint, junk spray paint. Alright, let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and drop some items. We should probably drink a tea. If these are all hot, that would be exceptional. And I only have the one bandage. That is probably going to have to be fixed. I had like 4 coming out of here. Let me, we'll reconvene after I've sorted everything out. Well, we put everything away that I can think to put away. Nice to have more matches. They're going to go wrong book. They're going to go right in here. Out we go. Ugh. I guess the plus side is we can catch a meal back at the cave. Oh boy. The downside is I'm going to have to shoot probably another wolf. I want to kill them close together. And I want to try to cook them because arrow shots, you don't kill what you're not going to cook. That's sort of up to the weather, isn't it? Oh boy, coming back up. There's one. There's, looks like the second one over there. But there's definitely one back there. Saw him walk by. Let's try to pull him back. Yeah, he's super close. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Need to find some place to escape this cold.
So far, so good. But there's a third one lurking around back there.
I'm so cold.
There he is.
Up again.
3 wolves and interlopers, kind of rare. All right, let's get him primed up. Right about here. Wow, he caught a tailwind. He was on me. He's a little far out. We could like put it right here. Let's try that in the morning. Now, I don't discount the possibility of a 4th. Also, no guarantee that they don't respawn tomorrow. That, oh boy. Well, well. No, don't do me any favors. Come along. Let's go. I definitely a 4th. Where are you? We're gonna have this out. Let's have it out tonight. Oh, you're gonna make me work. Can't see him through any of those trees. Wait, there he is. Yep, you said it, pal. Now, where do I want to hit you? I guess on the 4th side. Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? That first one came flying in, so like there was a headwind. Like right here, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just frickin' kill him. Great. Little askew, but we'll cook them as many as we can. Please don't be a 5th. It's fine to fight wolves, but at some point a fella needs to do something else. Otherwise, this is going to be wolf fighting simulator. Good gravy. Oh, this climb. Oh, I do not like this place. So what would have happened if we would have walked over with a bunch of meat, I wonder? Do not know. I'm glad we didn't. So we'll grab all the goodies that we need to. I'm going to stay over in the cave for the rest of the day. It's getting late. Try for a free fire at dawn. And we're going to eat good in the neighborhood. This is not a sponsored stream or video, despite using that tagline. Them was a lot of wolves. I have a cat standing on my keyboard. See, that is the hell that is my life. Beautiful tabbies, but during standoffs with fake wolves, they appear and chase each other past my keyboard onto the keyboard sometimes. Interloper with cats. Ain't life grand. Actually, it is pretty nice. They're great cats. Well, I'm not gonna hunt you. You really seem to want to be hunted. Look at that. He's putting himself right next to the fire. Don't do that to yourself. You have so much to live for. What a trip. Just all of it was just a lot. And we still have to go behind the waterfall and fight all those damn wolves. I did observe that I had left that deer pelt that we harvested in my inventory. It's okay. It was at 62% with like I can't remember now. 22% harvested. So it'll be fine. This is gonna be heavy. Well, we're going to go out, guns blazing, with all of this stuff, because I don't want to make a third trip. That'll get cooked off with the wolves. Make sure nothing stinks. Alright. Well, let's turn in for the night. We're not very tired. So, I will catch you all in the morning. This will be a pastime night, unfortunately. Because I'm going to be waiting for the free fire to go back out and cook those wolves. As many as I can. And that'll be a food supply for the angler's den instead of this. I don't mind having 2 food supplies. And we have 30. I don't know that we'll get all those harvested before a wind. Because it's going to be right out there next to the waterfall. But it's worth a try. See you later. Good morning. Looks like we have sunlight from the visual outside of the cave. Maybe some wind. Yeah, well, it doesn't get any sunnier than that. Wind? Too windy. Well, we're going to take our chances for a good wind break when we get over to the waterfall. And I don't have to get everything cooked. I just want to get it harvested. If I actually don't get it all harvested, you know, that's fine. We do have everything we need to take over to Angler's Den. And I said I don't want to come back. Of course, we got all that trench area to explore, and we will. I do think I want to move. It's not strictly required that I keep coming back here. I can go up that way and around if I'm really that worried about it, which is, you know, fair after that encounter. I may just move all this stuff, or a lot of it, up to the top, and then down to the mine, the gold mine. Those crampons aren't going to be in great shape because of my 12-year file. The age of the file, for some reason, they are a lot less than 100%. Actually, more like less than 20%. So I do need to account for that. Life without crampons will be soon. But maybe they'll last for a year. If they lasted, I don't know. I'd have to do the math on that. They lost 88% over 12 years. And if I don't do any additional wear and tear, maybe they'll last for my year.
Die if I don't roll up soon.
It's a valid point, sir. Just let me get... Oh boy, gosh, do I not like this. Yeah, I don't want to do this one either. We tried them both, and I like this one more than that other one. Don't like either very much. They both squick me out a lot. And that's with us just having killed the 4. Hopefully there aren't more. Don't know. There's the path behind the waterfall. Can I go down here? Can, yes, should, I don't know. This is a little more like it. Being able to see and I like that more than the alternative. We are quite over. Oh, that's not good at all. We're gonna be right in the current. Only thing I can think is maybe we drop this stuff off and then come back. Or we try to get a fire going and then bring a torch over here a little later. Both possibilities. Well, either way, let's drop this stuff off. And then wait and see what the weather looks like in an hour. Could be anything. At least we got some cattails out of it. Let's see, is there any... There's a tree right there. I don't know. Don't know yet. Now I'm going to take a lot of this, probably all of it, right back up there. Maybe I should drop it off there now. That's a thought. That one I want to give a little more thought. Oh. Okay. Let's go ahead and drop this. And these, and that should have been dropped earlier. And we'll drink this water. And that should put us under spraying. Boom. Perfect. Oh, it's about to start fogging up. Oh. Always something in this frickin' game. Urgh. We had like that brief, just that second, where it hadn't fogged up. Alright, well, we need to get out of this.
Too much stuff to carry.
You said it, pal. I may just light a match, honestly. We have another book, and it's 4 wolves. Possible fair bit of food. So we'll drop this out. Yeah, I'll light the damn match. Some of this, probably most of it, should go with me. There's no rope. There's a wolf over there, right? Well, I'm freezing. We can worry about that wolf later. If we ever do at all. I hate the door. I hate the orientation of the door in the building. Do not like. Not all of this has to go. Some of it should. Work table supplies. I don't know about the rope yet. In theory, I don't want to be caught off guard without a rope. But I'm not actually going to go to the overlook for a little bit. Probably gold mine first. So it can just sit here. We know where it's at. And I guess worst case scenario, then I'll have the crampons. Throw these in here. I'm going to need to repair these. But they'll be going up with us too. Those are my spare head coverings. I brought them with me so I wouldn't have to leave the region to monitor them. They're all I have. And it's really, since I don't wear the bear, the bunny hat, it's possible they get damaged. I don't know what I'll need these for. Alright. Torch. We have torch. Okay. You know what's going to happen, right? Let's make sure it's not too foggy to see. That's a real possibility. No, we're good. As soon as I light this torch and start cooking, beautiful blue sunny day. Happens every time, but it won't happen if I don't use the match. You don't need to go that way. Let's go this way. At least it's calm, so seems like a good use of a match. That theme seems to play every time I walk out here. So we're gonna be walking up there. Yeah, we'll just take crafting supplies and some repairs, and all our these will go.
Damn, I'm freezing.
And then ideally, if those crampons last, I could go down to this, wherever that cave we left was. Alright, let's light a torch. Now, I'm not going to fail a fire, but I want to light a torch anyway. Good practices. Ah, it burns. Get it warmer.
Come on.
We're gonna burn these before I burn the coal. I only have so much coal and it's useful. Let's get this food cooked up. Oh, I need to boil some water. We don't really have any water over here. Third time is the charm, or it means you suck 2 other times. Go. Oh, wrong way. I just figured the hell with it with the torch. Keep it out. Alright, let's look up and enjoy the beautiful, beautiful sunny day. Well, it's coming. It's coming. In terms of for using a match, usually it's just a moose or bear. But when you got to set up like this, why not? Why not? I want that one too. So help me. Where is that little one at? Any other small ones? We're hungry now. Let's eat now. Not gonna mess with the gut. Or the pelts. A goodly amount of pelts and gut, but I don't need them. I mean, if I have time to spare and the fire's sitting pretty, I guess I could grab a gut. Oh, it's gonna be so great sleeping in warmth tonight. Oh my goodness. I wonder if I could get that third. I don't need it to be warm, I just need to cover. Oh. Grow feathers. Piece of candy, piece of candy. And good. Now the same question I had about moving meat in here applies to meat up there. My guess is hell no. Hell no seems probable. Because there are definitely going to be wolves up there. Hopefully not 4 like there were here. I can't get over that. I don't know. 3 of them seem to be connected. But maybe the rules just don't apply to Ash Canyon. Alright, let's try to get a little fire and get the other wolf. How many sticks do I have? Enough. Heck, we have reclaimed wood. I could actually just cook double food. Always a pleasant thing to be able to do.
Come on.
That's a big wolf. I'm not going to get anywhere close to cooking all of this. Plus it's going to get late and I'm not spending the night out here. You must be crazy. Oh yeah, let's glitch. So I guess I was wrong about that. Nice that it was a match well used in hindsight. Let's orient ourselves. Okay. So it really doesn't matter so much to me that I left one pot. I figure here I only want to have to go over there once, but now it's not going to matter. We've got all the meat. Every last damn bit. Okay, this is just going to be a little chunk, yeah? Okay. More water. Let's, how much is left on this fire? Not a whole lot. We'll go ahead and cook that, and let's get a little bit of water boiling. I have no expectation that we'll actually use these fires to completion. The hell, the fact that we're this far along is amazing. Do I have any more sticks? Can I make this work? Yeah. And maybe we can get one more. There's one more. I don't like 4 packs of wolves, folks. I do not. Or 4 wolves in a pack. Say it however you like. I don't like it. We're going to have a lot of moving items up to... Oh, here comes our weather. Let's try to salvage this. I hate having lots of non-potable water. Big waste. Okay, that fire's toast. This fire too. I'm going to fight it a little bit. Only using the sticks for this. Coal and reclaimed wood we'll hang on to. Alright, there's no point in messing with that. Yeah, we're done. Let's check over here. Okay, alright. Sprain risk. When we eat any of this, let's carry it in our tummies. Alright, that's going to have to do it. Let's get out of here. I need sight lines. Sight lines of the house before I get cut off by the weather. Got it. Hold that thought. My frickin' mouth's died. Sorry about that. Brief technical issue again. I'll work on those technical issues or subsequent parts. We are about, as you can tell, quite clearly, we're about to see some weather. And that's okay, because we have a cabin. And 2 free cans of dog food. I couldn't be happier to finally get a little loot, dang it. Can't wait to get some cloth. How about a ruined jacket? Ruined clothing, if I can't use it, at least I can harvest it. Ugh, but we got to do some item moving. Let's go ahead and drop our wonderful provisions. Nothing, you know, I've heard that meat tastes better when it's been allowed to ruin on a bench. Got a little extra water. Not bad, not bad. And that, friends, is where we're going to leave it for part 1 of the 15-year Interloper Challenge. I'm going to have to make some decisions before bed here to decide what we're taking to the waterfall in part 2, because we are heading up into the Cave of Funny. I don't know what it's going to be called. Madness Cave, whatever it's called. So I will see you all next time for part 2. On behalf of the Tabbies, this is Rational Bassist saying that we will see you around the bend. Cheers. Oh, you know what? You want to see a tabby? Let's check in with a tabby real quick. There's a tabby. There he is. He is sleeping. So we'll see you later. Take care.